My name is Peter Maguire. In 1997, I created and launched jazz clubs worldwide. The past year or so has been something of an existential crisis for the jazz scene worldwide. Upside or downside, it has, however, provided space and time for reflection. Jazz, My Life, is a non-sequential series of my own personal recollection and thoughts about my own lifelong immersion in the world of jazz. If you feel inclined to do so, please click on the subscribe button and the notification saxman icon. Hamburg is one of my favourite European cities. There was a time, in fact, when I used to go there quite regularly, and when there, in the evening I would make a beeline for Dennis Swing Club. Dennis Swing Club was fairly improbably situated in a rather ritzy residential area on the Pappenhuderstrasse. It was run by piano player and club owner Dennis Busby, assisted by his wife Heidi. You have to remember that in those days, before air travel was cheap and regular, many musicians, particularly American musicians who'd been appearing in France or in southern Europe and were on their way to do gigs in Scandinavia, Denmark and Sweden, Hamburg would make a good waypoint for them, and Dennis would give them gigs there, and also there was an apartment available, so in fact it saved them money too, with the result that he had a whole host of illustrious international musicians who would appear there. Many international jazz musicians were appearing officially in the concert halls in Hamburg, which was a very, very vibrant cultural centre. And they too would find their way to Dennis's, which was a friendly and pleasant place to be after the concerts. And as I've said before, in those days, big name musicians would actually seek out places to go after hours and just to have a beer or a drink or a coffee, and they would also perform. So you had such people as Erroll Garner, Ella Fitzgerald, Basie, Herbie Hancock, Oscar Peterson. They all found their way to Dennis's and played there. Also, there were other American musicians, perhaps not on the stature of the people I've just been mentioning, but still very, very good players. Cullen Knight, for instance, the American trumpet player, he played there for a short season. I myself played there several times, and one particular year in December I played there for 4 nights. Just to give you some idea of how I was punching above my weight, as it were. The week before was Lou Donaldson, and the week after was Buddy DeFranco, so I was very honoured. But amazing place. When Dennis died, this was towards the end of the 20th century, I think it was then run by the drummer, who was a really, really nice guy from the West Indies, and a resident drummer, and then eventually taken over by a couple, but it closed in 2000. A very great loss. It's the kind of club that now is all too rare. It was a wonderful experience, not only to visit the place, but to actually play there. It was quite amazing, quite amazing. The music on this video is Dennis Busby on piano and Cullen Knight on trumpet.